Mastro. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the chart for actress Shannen Doherty. If you look to the eastern horizon using Vedic sidereal zodiac, when she was born, you would see the constellation associated with Virgo rising at 1 degree 52 seconds. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating. Then we'll look and see when they're operating and what could be done to strengthen the chart. So, first looking at Sun, ruling the 12th house of, which is a challenging house, and any Multikona sign in the 6th, 8th, or the 12th house, the Dusthana houses, the ruler of that particular sign can be challenging and is said to be functional and malefic. So Sun is at 28 degrees. It is sitting in the house of marriage or relationships, partnerships. So it does bring some challenges to her relationships. She did have 3 marriages. Then we have Moon, which is weak. Its landlord or dispositor, Libra, ruled by Venus, is poorly placed in the 6th house. So that makes the Moon can't be any stronger than its landlord. But it does rule the house of income and gives income through her beauty and her ability to act for the public. Now, because it's weak, it does affect the immune system. She did have Crohn's disease, lymph, breast, and brain cancer. We also see functional malefic or challenging Mars ruling the 8th house of vulnerabilities and challenges. And Mars is sitting in the house of happiness and home life. So it does give her the ability to research her roles, and that does bring happiness for her to be taking on these different roles and acting. Sun also gives her that ability, ruling that 12th house, its ability to separate yourself and take on an acting role of another persona. But it also brings the vulnerabilities and challenges from the 8th house into the house of home life. So again, she did have 3 marriages, and I think it also affects her ability that 4th house is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter has to do with judgment and so ability to follow the rules. So she was arrested 3 times, and not only have affected her marriages, but her ability to make a good judgment. Then we have weak placement Mercury. Mercury is ruling the chart. It is placed in the 8th house of challenges and vulnerabilities, and it becomes the prime health indicator for the chart, and indicator for her personality and her purpose, which is connected with communication, and Mercury being in that 8th house again gives that ability to take on different roles. But some health challenges come along with that. She did get a reputation, personality for being a bad girl, difficult, hard to work with. Jupiter is at 12 degrees, ruling the house of happiness and home life, sitting in the house of success. So this, again, connects that happiness through her 3rd house, performing arts, acting. Then we have weak placement Venus. Venus is at 23 degrees. It's poorly placed in the 6th house of health issues and fire, theft, and cheating, and delays and setbacks. So it is ruling the house of wealth, fame, and the continuation of the marital bond. So gives her wealth through her entertainment, acting abilities, with some setbacks. And there was also setbacks in her marriages as well. Then we have challenging functional malefic Saturn. It's close to the most effective point, so it's afflicting the marriage house, the career house. She is doing charity work for animal rights. She's an animal rights activist, so that does help balance that a little bit. But Saturn is giving her some definite health issues in different parts of her body there, because Saturn is afflicting the eighth house, and so giving definite health issues. Then we have challenging Rahu and Ketu, also close to the rising sign degree. It afflicts the sixth house of health, and they are definitely connected with Cancer. Let's look at the timing of events. So a big break was for being on the show in 1990, Beverly Hills 90210. That was during a Venus period, brought her a lot of wealth and fame, and debuted her acting ability, although she was in different things since she was 11 years old. In 94, she got fired, and also a divorce during a Sun period. Sun is ruling the house of endings. In 96, she was arrested during a Saturn period, giving setbacks, ruling the house of setbacks. In 99, she announced she had Crohn's disease during a Rahu period. Rahu is definitely associated with cancer or difficult illnesses. And it's sitting in the house, Rahu's sitting in the house of the GI effects. And then in 2015, she had announced that she had lymph and breast cancer during a Mercury Rahu period. Mercury, the prime indicator for health. Rahu also associated with cancer. In 2018, her house burned down in the Woolsey flower during a Saturn period. Saturn is ruling the house of fire, theft, and cheating, the sixth house. And then in 2020, she was arrested for DUI during a K2 period, bringing unexpected events. And most recently, in June of 2023, she announced that the cancer had spread to her brain and it was terminal. And this is during a Mars period. And if you look at the transit chart, it's quite a difficult period for her, and I hope she makes it. I hope she does well. Things that would definitely improve the chart would be to transform Saturn, Mars, and Sun, Rahu, and Ketu by helping other people, donating to charities. And then the rest of the planets could be strengthened, the weak planets, by my favorite remedy, a kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for the weak moon and the weak Mercury. It would also help strengthen Jupiter, Venus, strengthen that. So I wish her well, and thank you for listening. If you'd like to see a kavash, order one, get a reading, or learn Vedic astrology, you can go to www.vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening.